Here we have the outside of the Elddis Majestic 105. As we move along, we will firstly come to the external shower hose point. So if we lift up and remove the dust cover, we can then get the end of the shower hose and plug it in. As long as we have water in the tank and the water pump turned on, this will automatically go under pressure. To remove, put on the blue trigger and it will then pop back out again, and then replace the dust cover. Beside this, we then have the vents for the fridge. This is a fully winterized van, so they do come with winter covers. So if you are using the van in extremely cold climate, we can pop these on, and then with a flat-headed screwdriver or the ignition key, just lock into place, and then the fridge will just vent from the lower point just here. Make sure that these are not left on through the warmer periods of the year, or otherwise the fridge will just overheat and not work. Beneath it, we then have the flue for the boiler. We do not need to do anything with this, but like the fridge vents, just make sure that nothing is basically obstructing them. As we move to the rear, we have the Thetford cassette. So to remove the cassette, just lift up and pull towards you. Before use, remove the cap and add your toilet chemical with a small amount of water. It also empties from this point just here as well. Just remember that when you're pouring it away, to make sure you hold this button in here, because it will release the vacuum inside. It's also advisable to keep this seal lubricated. Thetford do their own seal lubricant, but any silicone based lubricant is fine. This is also a really handy way of giving it a good clean. These are all now on wheels with extendable handles. Beneath the toilet we have the grey water drain just here. So you will see it says open and closed. The spare wheel is located just underneath here, and at this point here it winds down. So in the jack and wheel brace kit, underneath the passenger seat, there's a bar that goes into that hole just there. As we come round to the back, we have the Fiamma bike rack. Just pull it down like so. These all move about depending on the size of your bike, and then these go through the wheels and then secure. We then have the arms up the top that then can be fastened round the frames. Fresh water into the van at this point here. As you can see, it can be locked. Push in, twist, give it a bit of a wiggle, and then just pop your hose pipe in to fill up your fresh tank. As we come round to the other side, we have the external storage locker, and then beneath that we have the gas locker. So there is room in here for 2 gas bottles. The whale regulator just sits here, and then the hose comes off the regulator and then screws into the propane bottle, and then is tightened with a gas spanner. Bottle on and off on the top. Make sure that the bottle is isolated for travel. Just down here we have the fresh water drain. Running along the top we have the Dometic rollout canopy. And then we have the leisure battery just here with the mains hookup. Diesel fill just here, cap unlocks on the ignition key, and then beneath that we then have the AdBlue top up point. It will let you know on the dashboard when your AdBlue needs to be topped up. Tyre pressures on the door pillar just here. Jack and wheel brace underneath the passenger seat. Vehicle battery underneath the floor. And bonnet release just here. The motorhome is alarmed and operates on the key fob itself. So if we now lock the van, we will get a single chirp letting us know that it is locked and the alarm is set. And when we unlock it, we will get a double chirp. What we can also do with this alarm is deactivate the internal sensors but keep the outside ones on. And to do this, all we do is we just press the lock button twice. So once and then again, and you'll get a high-pitched chirp letting you know that you've deactivated the internal sensors. And then as soon as I unlock again, it will then go back to factory. With the second set of keys, because it's only a basic key, you do get an alarm fob just here, so we have arm and disarm